Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to introducing you to 1911 Gold. First slide here, just some cautionary statements. As you know, we make some forward-looking statements in the presentation, so this is our obligatory legal disclaimer. So what is 1911 Gold? Where are we? What are we doing? 1911 Gold owns the Rice Lake property. It is located in southeastern Manitoba. It lies on the crust of an ancient plate margin, which everybody likes to hear because that's typically where you find large gold deposits. It's a great place to go looking for the next big discovery. We have a district scale land package, and as you're going to see soon, it's a land package that's never been had in this area before. So we have kind of a rare opportunity here to rediscover this area and bring this operation back into new life. This is an area that has historically produced over 2 million ounces. It still has 1 million ounces of resource in the existing True North underground mine. I hate to say it, but the company that used to own this, which had a fraction of our land, was actually on Brett's list earlier. So no concerns on our end. Our focus is 100% on exploration. That mine is still valid, it's still workable, but I think we need extra feed. So that is our focus, and we are looking to explore across this great gold belt. We have a great management team with diverse experience, which you'll see shortly, and we've been maintaining our tight share structure over the last several years because we've been able to generate significant cash flow from our tailings operation. We are the net beneficiaries of some of the poor management in the past. We've been able to generate between 3,500 to 5,000 ounces every year for the last 3 years. We got another year ahead of us, and that's allowed us to really minimize the amount of equity dilution we've had to have because we've been raising money purely using flow through and most of the time at a significant premium to market. So the prospectivity of our property plus the infrastructure we have in place from the past operations really sets us apart and sets us up well for the next big discovery in this gold belt. As you can see, we are well capitalized, ended the year with just under 10 million. We've been very active in the exploration season, but still no debt, very solid balance sheet, and only 68 million shares outstanding. For a company that owns 58,000 hectares and has been advancing it steadily over the last 3.5 years, that's a great outcome. We have a great shareholder mix. We have a strategic investor in Dundee. We have some high net worth individuals in that retail number. Plus, we recently attracted the interest of another corporate investor who came in and took a 9% position in the company in the last financing. So we're very well supported in our future efforts. There's our leadership team. As you can see, it's a diverse mix of experience, both in operations and exploration. I myself have over 20 years of experience, mostly in finance and capital market side. I dip my toes into operations whenever I don't think I'm going to hurt anyone, and I stay well clear of exploration. For exploration, we have Scott Anderson. He's got over 20 years experience in this gold belt, 17 years studying it as part of the mineralogical survey, in the last 3.5 years applying that knowledge to the exploration program at site. And I'm going to take you through quickly the property and some of the targets he's identified. So this is the first compelling reason to invest in 1911 Gold. As you can see, we're well situated on this map. We're just across the border in Manitoba. 100 kilometers east of us lies the Red Lake District with over 40 million ounces produced and over double that in terms of total resource. We are in the same West Uchi domain that they are. We border the exact same fault line that runs across to the Red Lake District, and that ancient plate margin I mentioned is the exact same one that we are basically on. Our property bears all the same hallmarks and same characteristics as what you find in Red Lake. The same types of rocks, the same age and style of stratigraphy, and the exact same types of complex folding structures that tend to lead you to large-scale gold traps on the property exist here. But we've had a fraction of the exploration done on this property as what you've seen over in Red Lake. I'd also point out that we own 100% of this area. There are no other players on this property map. It is us. We own 58,000 hectares straight across. And as you can see, we've consolidated that over the last several years. This brings me to my second main reason to invest in this company. As I mentioned, never before has anybody had this scale of property size in this area. Even in the sand gold area days, they had a fraction of what we own here. They were never able to take the same regional scale approach as what we're taking on this property, stepping back and following these trends and following these structures without worrying about running into somebody else's property. We've consolidated old AUMB data, layered on new AUMB data, and have LiDAR data across this property. That's really allowing us to see through to the structure and develop our targets very carefully and very strategically. As you can see here, these are kind of Scott's key 8 areas of focus. We are progressing each one of these project areas, but we are primarily focused on a handful of them that we believe have the nearest term chance of having a major success. In the meantime, though, we do work up these other property areas because they're all very prospective. As you can see, there are gold dots across this map. So we're working every part of this area, so we have a steady pipeline of future discoveries. But we believe there are a couple of key areas, as I mentioned, that we should focus on first. What's next for us? We just completed our drill program. It will be our 3rd season of drilling. We had one new drill target area, which is the Wallace Prospect, which is up in that northeastern part of the property. Never drilled that one before, but looks great. It's a Red Lake style rocks up there, exactly the same kind of stuff coming out of the ground as what you find over there. So we're excited about that one. Assays, of course, as you're going to hear from a lot of mining companies, mostly pending, but we do expect to have some results coming here shortly, and we'll start to get some solid news flow in the near term. In the meantime, we are commencing our 2022 field season program. This involves getting out there and prospecting the land, trenching, rock chip sampling, geochem, all across this gold belt. But again, focusing on those key areas first, and then working up new targets in some of the more prospective areas that we think are yet to be really fully developed. As well, we'll be starting our 2022 tailings reprocessing season probably at the end of the month or early June. That should produce again around 3,500 to 4,000 ounces from that operation, generating between $9 to $12 million, depending on what gold price does. Obviously, it's incredibly hard to predict these days. So this is our 3rd and final reason why 1911 really stands apart from a lot of the other great exploration companies that are here today. Not only do we have a district scale land package and a great operating jurisdiction, we have a lot of significant infrastructure in place. A 1,300 ton per day mill, which is currently operating and reprocessing the tailings. We have camp facilities, we have road access throughout most of the property. As well, we have all the camp and tailings and that you would need to have a going concern mining operation. The replacement value on this asset alone is quite significant. For a company that has basically under 20 million market cap, I think we're setting on something that has significant value. On top of that, as I mentioned, we do have the True North underground mine. It is in a state of shutdown right now, but could be brought back on in the future to supplement feed that we get from the next big discovery. So just in summary here, I'm cutting it short apparently, I went way too fast, but our key strengths really are outlined on here. We have a great land package, we're in a great jurisdiction, we have a solid relationship with the local community. This mine site basically has been there since 1911, hence the name. The first mill was built in 1929. It's gone through several life cycles since then, up and down, but it's basically been the heart of the community, a sole employer for many people in the region, and has the strong support of both the government and the local township. That really has allowed us to expand our program of exploration across the property, and I feel very good and very optimistic about our ability to permit a future operating mine in this area. I don't think there's a lot of companies in this room, to be honest, that could really show you the exact same kind of land package that has these assets. Thank you.